Okay, good morning. Sunday fun day without the boss man. He's busy working. Okay, take your feet to the edges of the mat. Let's just take a nice big deep breath. We're gonna breathe lots today. We're gonna stretch lots today. You're gonna work your core. You're gonna engage those abdominals the whole class while you breathe. Now start to isometrically pull your feet together so you feel your inner thigh muscles come alive again. We did do a good job working them yesterday. Okay, let's take it all the way down. Relax your head. Totally unweight the upper body, but keep those feet isometrically pulling together. Try to get the legs straight. Now you're going to inhale and extend the spine. Shift your hips backwards, walk your fingers forward. We're going to hold on this spot. Now make sure your neck is comfortable. So just let your head look towards the back of the room. I want you to take some really nice big deep breaths so you feel the ribs really expand. If you can, inch those fingers a little more forward, why not? Keep breathing. And now reverse swan dive. Take the arms out to the side, come up nice and slow, reach for the ceiling. You can keep your hands pretty far apart so your shoulders don't feel compressed. Now lift the shoulders up and hold them up as you swan dive down. Once you're down, let them go. So you just want everything from the waist up to be hanging down. Big deep breaths here. Now inhale and extend the spine, shift your hips back, walk your hands forward. We're right back here taking some big deep breaths. And now reverse it, come all the way back up, reach for the ceiling. Lift those shoulders up, bring your feet hip width apart, and then relax the arms. Nice. Big sway with the arms from side to side. You can let the hips go as well. Just relax your whole upper body. Okay, facing forward, you're going to sweep this right arm straight up. Keep it nice and long, and then back down. Sweep it all the way back. And now all the way up. Do that a few more times. Your palm is facing you, your body. Stand with good posture. And now let's do the other side. This arm's just going to go straight up. It's going to hold here for a sec. Try to keep it really long and reaching. Everything in that arm is reaching up. And now release it, take it back, as far back as it wants to go, without really compromising your posture, right? I want you standing nice and tall. And then back. And again, up. And back. And now we're going to do both arms. So shake out the shoulders, just round them forward and back, go the opposite way. Now just lift them up and down, sort of shaking out the arms, and now come to a nice comfortable spot. Both arms are going to reach up. Try to get them nice and long like you were doing when it was just one, and then take them down and pull them back. Again. And back. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more. Now here, just hold them up, lift the shoulders up, and then swan dive it all the way down.
We're gonna cross the arms this time. Big deep breaths. So maybe as you exhale each of these breaths that you're doing, your forearms get a little closer to the floor, or maybe the legs get a little straighter. But whatever you do, breathe deeply. Now roll up one vertebrae at a time. Check in the belly.
Lift the arms up. How good does that feel? Nice and slow, and then take them down and round your back and come back down.
Let the shoulders relax towards the floor. Just breathe. Roll up slowly.
Lift those arms back up. Take your gaze, you can look up a little bit so your neck feels okay. And then roll back down, C-curving the spine.
One more time, come on back up.
And lift those forearms straight up. Now release the hands, reach them up to the ceiling, take them all the way back by your side. You're going to pick up your left leg, left knee. Let's circle the foot. Go the other way. Point and flex. Now take hold of that foot. Try to bring your knees fairly close together. So you feel a nice little release down the front part of the leg. Sweep this right arm up. Little balance challenge, maybe lean forward a little bit. If you're leaning forward, see if you can really push your foot into the hand. So you create a lot of activation. Now come back up. Release the arm, release the foot. Switch sides. Pick up the knee, circle. Opposite way. And now point and flex. Let's take hold of that foot. Sweep this arm up. And give me that nice little forward lean. Push that foot really tight into the hand. And come back up. Release the arm and release the foot. Shake it out. We're going to turn and face the right side of the room. Take your feet far apart. So I like to line up the back of my heels with the edge of the mat. That way I know my feet are in the same line. I'm just going to lower down slowly without rounding the back. Walk my fingers out. Shift my hips back. Nice little stretch for the legs, your lats. Just breathe. Really want to try to get those legs nice and straight. See if we can take the feet a little further apart. Hold in the same spot while you breathe, just a few more times. And then just let the top of the head hover above the floor. Now you're going to inhale and extend. Let's take the left hand to your hips, then the right. Now let's reach the left arm out and then the right and shift your hips back. It's a little work for the core. Engage your belly. Stay here for a few more breaths. Now bring your hands to heart and twist to face the left and then twist to the back of the room. And you're just going to oscillate nice and slow from side to side. Getting into those inner thigh muscles. Nice and slow. Okay, now lift up. We're going to walk the feet back together and turn and face forward. Big deep breath. Reach the arms up. And then let's take it all the way down. Hands to the mat. I'm going to have you walk out, meet me in your high plank.
And from here, lower your knees to the floor. So the knees are way behind the hips. Now shift your hips back. Feel that side body. Try to lower the chest. Use your breathing here to help you get there. Let's take the left palm, lift it up towards the ceiling, and then lift the hand off the floor. And then do the same with the right. Open, lift, and reach. The reach is important. You want to try to get that arm straight if possible. Keep your forehead up, but your neck long. Just oscillate side to side a few more times. And now come onto all fours. So little balance challenge today on all fours. So if you've got your toes tucked under, let's get onto the tops of our feet. You're going to take your right arm, extend it forward, and your left leg back. And while you hold this with your limbs really reaching long, try not to use that foot on the right to help you balance. Use your core. Try the other side. Arm out first, then leg. Relax that left foot. Keep both limbs nice and long. Let's do it again, other side. Now pay attention to not letting those hips shift. And switch. Nice. Let's do a few cat-cows here, nice and slow. You can stay on the tops of your feet. Find your breath. So begin with a breath, end with a breath. So it's nice and slow. Now from here, you're on the tops of your feet already. We're going to open the knees a little bit and then sit back on our heels for child's pose. I'm going to get a towel because I'm going to put my forehead down on the floor. Just relax and breathe. Close your eyes. This is a get lost moment. Nice. Now come back up. You're going to kick those feet out to the side. Meet me in staff pose. So heels to the corners of the mat, sit up nice and tall. We're going to bend both legs a little bit. So I'm flexing my feet and I'm on my heels. Let me back up a little bit so you can see. So toes pointed up to the ceiling. Now I'm going to sit up and I'm going to use my hands on my legs to help try to push my chest between my legs. And now I'm going to take it back, engaging my tummy, and I'm going to lift the hands off my legs. So I'm just sort of balancing here, using my stomach muscles, drawing them in while I breathe. Now I'm going to take those hands back to my legs. I'm going to keep my torso really long, pull my chest through. And do it again. Lean back. Arms come forward. If you want to make this more challenging, the arms can go straight up towards the ceiling. You're going to feel a little more of your hip flexors work. Keep pressing the toes up. Keep drawing in the stomach. And now hands back. Long spine, proud of that chest. One more time. Lean back. Spine's long, right? We don't round the lower back. Lift the arms up and just hold. Draw in the belly. Nice. Now extend the legs out. Fold down between the legs. Just breathe. Get yourself back up. You're gonna open your feet a little bit. Not as wide as they can go, just off the mat. Fold back down. Keep your toes pointing up towards the ceiling. You might notice this in the lower back, upper glutes, getting a nice little stretch. Okay, sit it back up, open the legs a little further, maybe a couple of inches, take it back down. So we're just getting into different angles here. Should feel a little more intense than when we first started. Now, if you can take those toes and instead of just pointing them up, see if you can turn them towards the back of your room a little bit and pay attention to that inner thigh stretch when you do that. It really takes it further down the leg. Okay, let's come back up. Last time, can you go out any further? Now, when we go down this time, I want you to walk out with your spine long. Really slow. Just keep moving your hands, baby steps forward. Spine is not rounded. When you can't go any further, put your elbows down and let your head fall. Nice. Now come on back up. Bring the feet together. Shake out your legs. We're going to bend this left foot. Bring it in. Bend the left leg. Right leg is just going to open out so that heel is right on the edge of the mat. Now I'm sitting up tall. I'm going to take my right hand to the outside of this left knee. I'm going to take my left hand behind my hip, and I'm just going to do a little spinal rotation. Just sort of twist. Go as far as it feels good. But the most important thing when you twist is to not round the lower back. So you're trying to stay really tall and long through your torso. You see a lot of people in yoga classes and they're all hunched over trying to turn more. Kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, take the left foot out to the edge, bring the right knee in. Left hand to that knee, right hand behind you, and rotate the other way. So I'm not letting this right knee splay out. I'm using my hand to keep it in. Nice. Okay, stand both legs out. Take the heels to the corners of your mat. We're going to C-curve the spine and come down nice and slow, tucking in the belly. Now pick your left or right, we're going to do both, foot off the floor. Pick one, lift it up a little bit, put it back down, then lift the other. Pay attention to how it affects the muscles as you roll down. Once you're down, arms are going to go all the way back. Now I want you to create a 45-degree angle with the arms. So you got loads of space between those palms. Open them out. So we're trying to get a nice little release through that chest area. So keep the fingers nice and wide and just hover them above the floor if you can, or take them as far back as you can, but they're not resting on the floor. You're reaching your arms really long. And now bring them back in. Take them all the way down to the floor by your side. So I want you to get nice and flat on your shoulder blades and then pick up your right foot 1 inch off the floor. And then lower it down. Now, while you do it, I want you to draw the belly down. Pick the other one up. And lower it down. And alternate. You're up for 3 counts. And then you're down over to the other side for 3 counts. I still have my heels out into the corners of the mat. Legs are far apart. Let's alternate a few more times. This is good for your hip flexors, your transverse abdominis muscles. Okay, now bring the feet in. We're gonna roll the pelvis forward and back. So nice and slow. I'm gonna do this a few more times and then we're gonna do a one-legged happy baby stretch. This is the feel-good class, guys. Shouldn't feel challenging, it should just feel good. Like you made the right choice in your life. Of all the things you could be doing, you're doing this for you. Okay, neutral spine. Slide your right leg down along the floor. Flex that right foot and press the back of the right knee down towards the floor. Now take your left hand to the outside of that left foot and then heel to the ceiling. So it's a one-legged happy baby while you try to keep that right calf on the floor. Now, if you want to, you can take your right arm, open it out to the side with the palm facing up. I want you to get into a position where you feel comfortable for 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Okay, release that leg all the way back down. We're going to bring the right knee in. You know what to do with that left leg. And then the right hand takes hold of the outside of the right foot. Heel up to the ceiling. You can extend this left arm out. Just take nice deep breaths. Okay, let's extend that leg down. You're going to turn onto the left side of your body. So you're lying on your left side. You're going to extend the left arm out. And if it's easier for your head or neck, get a little pillow. You're going to take your right palm on top of the left one. Your legs are bent. We're on our left side. Now, keeping the arms long, you're just going to lift the right arm straight up by itself. And you're going to open your chest towards the ceiling and let that arm go down towards the right floor. It's not going to get there. You've still got one knee on top of the other and your legs are bent. And now bring it back. Both of your hands are now connected. Your knees are stacked. Now open again, nice and slow. If that top knee pulls away a little bit, that's okay, but try to keep them close together. And now come back. And we're going to do it one more time. Big sweep up of the arm. Nice and slow, turning that chest to face up towards your ceiling. Maybe you get a little more range of motion. And now come back. And stop with your hand pointing straight up to the ceiling. Nothing else is going to change except you're going to take that arm straight back behind you this time. And from here, hold the arm where it is, but now take this top leg off of the other one and plant that foot on the floor with that leg bent, and then open that right knee up towards the ceiling as well. Gets you a little bit more on your back side. Now bring the arm back in, both hands. Let's turn and get onto the other side. So right side, both arms extend out, legs are bent, palms connected. Lift this left arm up, opening up that chest, sweeping it all the way around. And then bring it back slowly. Connect both hands. Let's do it again. So your palms, when they're connected, are lining up with the shoulders. That's where they should be. Open up. And bring it back. And open. Bring the arm back up so it's pointing straight up at the ceiling, and then bring it back. Spread your fingers wide. Hold it back there. Take that top leg off the other one. Plant that foot, open up that knee. So your chest is facing more up to the ceiling, more on your backside. Stay here for a few breaths. Keep drawing that belly in. And now bring the arm in. You're back on your backside. Now we're going to do a two-legged happy baby. So feet come in, arms go inside the legs. Take hold of the outsides of your feet, both heels up to the ceiling. Use your arms here to help you get your knees maybe a little closer to the floor. Just a little. And now let's breathe nice and big 5 times. Okay, take your legs down. Just keep a big bend in the legs. Bring the feet halfway down. Now splay the knees open, connect the bottoms of your feet like a butterfly. And now you're just going to lift and lower the knees slowly. You're not bouncing them, you're actually lifting up a few inches and then lowering a few inches. Nice and slow. It's more of an activation of a lot of those little muscles that get aggravated from too much sitting. So just get some good blood flow to that area. Lifting and lowering. We're going to do this 5 more times. Draw your belly down. So those muscles are working. Nice. Now bring the knees all the way together and into your body. Give yourself a nice big hug. Nice and close. Exhale out your breath. And now turn this into a little circle. Change your direction. And now extend right leg all the way down along the floor. I'm going to use a towel and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom of my left foot. I'm going to straighten my left leg. I'm holding on to the towel with my left arm, my left hand, I'm sorry. My right arm, I'm going to open out across the floor. So before we start to advance this, make sure you're trying your best to get both legs straight. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is to push your left heel towards the ceiling and see if you can move the leg back. And now see if you can open that leg a little bit, maybe 6 or 8 inches to the left. And then let it cross the body, come back, and go a little bit to the right. Doesn't have to be a lot to get those tendons behind the knee. Go back to the left. Go back to the right. Just do it 3 or 4 more times. Really slow and lots of control. And this is one thing where you really do want to limit your range. You could probably go farther, but I'd like your lower back to be nice and snug to the floor.
Okay, now holding on to the towel, we're just gonna make a little small circle with your foot while your leg is up there. This is hip mobility. Now change the direction of the circle, keeping your legs straight. So it's sort of a modified circle. It's not beautiful, it's not perfect, but it feels good. Okay, bend that leg, take it down, switch sides. So open that left arm out across the floor this time. Before you advance, both legs get nice and straight. Push the heel up. Use your leg muscle to move the foot backwards. Now let's open the leg a little bit to the right. You're still trying to move it back, by the way. And then bring it over to the other side a little. You're gonna know when you've gone far enough because you're gonna feel, oh my goodness, that's what she's talking about. Go right. And left, nice and slow, just keep repeating. You know, circle the foot, just make nice circles. They don't have to be big. They might not even be full, but you're moving that hip joint. Okay, get rid of the towel, bend both legs. We're gonna roll the knees to the right, bring them back up, and do that 4 more times. So you're just rolling onto that hip and then coming right off it, going over that glute. This is feel good time. Now let's do the same on the other side. Let the knees go left, come back up, keep going. This is getting those muscles ready for a 90-90 stretch. Okay, extend the legs all the way out. Bring the arms all the way back behind you. Start to raise the arms and the head. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Take it between the legs for a nice little stretch. And now sit yourself up, scoot over to the right side of your mat and give me a 90-90 with your legs. I want you to post this right hand fairly close to the leg. Your left hand can be wherever you like. I want you to pick up your back foot and lower it down. Even if it's not lifting, create that sensation, that activation, that effort. And just keep going. Okay, now plant this left hand behind you. Nothing else changes, except you're going to slowly lift this left knee up. See if you can get onto the bottom of that foot. If your forward knee lifts a little bit, that's okay. Try to open that knee up in the back and then lower it back down slow and do it again. Lift up. Really use those muscles to help open that leg and lower. 3 more times. Up and down and up and down. 1 more. Nice. Okay. When you put it down, bring your hands to heart, lean over your front leg. Nice and slow. And then come back up. And go back down. And up. And down. And up. And you can use your hands to walk out if you get tired. Nice. Okay, we're going to switch up sides.
So scoot over to the left, 90-90. Your left hand posts fairly close to this leg, and then start to lift and lower your back foot. Keep both feet flexed. When you lift it and then lower it, try to let this all release, this area. So you're not using momentum. So you relax and then you re-engage. A few more. Okay, take this right hand behind you. Start to lift the right knee really slowly. And see if you can get onto the bottom of that right foot. Even if this forward leg comes up a little bit, that's okay. And then lower the leg back down slowly. And let's lift it again. And lower. Don't be in a hurry. Slow is good. Doing this one more time. Just hold it. Try to get a little further if you can. And then slowly release it. Bring your hands to heart. You're going to lean over that left leg. Nice and slow. You're not rounding the back. Come back up, do it again. If you need to depend on your hands, that's okay. It helps you to offset some of the weight. Always an opportunity to progress. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Now bring this back leg forward. Your legs are going to be bent, and then we're going to C-curve the spine. So you're coming down with your legs bent. Take the arms all the way back behind you. Come forward and up with those legs bent. Take the arms between the legs. Do this 4 more times. Really drawing the belly in as you lift up and reach between those legs. Spine stays in flexion, going up and down. Legs stay bent. You want to try your best to keep those feet down on the floor. Last one. Okay, meet me lying down with your legs bent. We're going to do a quick little figure 4 stretch. So, right foot crosses over left thigh. Move the knee forward first. And you're not using your hands or your arms. And now bring that left knee in and bring it forward. And in. And 3 more times. Okay, on this last one, hold it out and then use your hands, wrap them around your hamstring or your shin and try to help that left knee get in nice and close. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed while you do this. Just breathe. Now put the left foot down, then the right. Let's take that left foot to the right thigh this time. Move the knee forward.
Don't use your hands to help, just relax the arms and then let that knee come in. 4 more, nice and slowly. The emphasis is on the pushing out, by the way. Okay, hold it out. Take the right foot off the floor. Use your hands now to try to guide that right knee in a little closer. Okay, let's release that foot. Keeping your hands on both of your knees, you're gonna open the legs nice and wide, push them forward, making a nice big circle. Go the opposite way. Nice, now rock and roll yourself up. Come all the way up onto your toes. We have one more stretch to do before we sign off, but we're just gonna hold on this spot just for a sec. Keep your heels, hip width apart so they're not splaying out to the side. Now try to push your heels towards the floor and feel what that does to your calves. It should feel really good. Okay, full forward fold here. Relax your head. Inhale, extend the spine. Cross your right foot over the left and try to shift your hips back and walk your fingers forward. A little bit of an outside of that left leg getting a stretch. Now bring the body forward, uncross, and go over the other way. Shift the hips back, walk the hands out. And then shift forward, uncross those legs. You're gonna roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. I hope you get time to do it, and now I hope you've done it and feel fabulous. Cheers, guys.